Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV and to iRacing Live, and welcome to literally the green hell. Welcome to the Nurburgring. We've got the Nordschleife plus the GP circuit all combined, and welcome to the iRacing Porsche Cup. Good to have you with us here on this superly long Easter bank holiday weekend. In the commentary box, it's Adam Bath here with Andrew Woodhouse. So you've got us here today, and Sam Kumo on the cameras. And we've got a 3-lap race coming up around the 25 or 26 kilometre circuit and 170 corners. And Woody, it's the Nordschleife and the Grand Prix circuit combined, and these Porsches are going to have to get it around here in 3 laps today.
Yeah, good evening, Adam. Hello, everybody. This is my favourite layout of the Nurburgring Nordschleife with the GP layout added on. It's by far the best one because you have the best of both worlds. You have the modern, you have the classic, and yeah, this should be a test. 3 laps around here. It's not as easy as it sounds, is it?
And they're underway. Yeah, the green lights are on, and it's Lauren Heinrich on the pole position into the first corner. Then notice that we do not use the arena here. We go into basically what it was before we had the arena section on. It's a tight S-bend. It's a good start from Lauren Heinrich, car number 1, highest I rating in the field, and a Hanken Guven in second place. Good start by Philip Schallenberg up into third position already in contact. That is car 8. Ozcan.
And number 12 is off as well, Fontalba. And also Attila Pap Jr. number 14, and also Efkin Berkier is off as well, number 20.
Petteri Kotavara is also off as well.
Kotavara,
one of the Finnish drivers in the field today, and that's not the start we would have wanted. We managed to get through the time twisty bits, but yeah, that's not gone at all well. Maxime Briant, he's up into 6th place. A good start from him. He's the championship leader.
Kotavara was almost finished straight away, wasn't he? It wasn't really much of the race gone before he came a cropper. Petrinic and Dustin Hickman going side by side. Hickman tries the inside, but doesn't get it to do this lovely downhill section. I do like this part of the course. Do the DRS zone here now, and up towards the NGK chicane.
Yeah, and on this layout we'll be doing the slightly faster chicane, and then we'll be on to the Nordschleife for the first time. You can see Tommy Osgaard also there, Apex Academy driver. He's got a good run through that section actually, and closing in on Juan Iglesias. Also, Joseph Burton Harris seems to have had a bit of an issue. He's just tumbling down my timing screen at the moment.
Yeah, he's normally the one who's making all the positions up, isn't he, on the first lap, but not this case, not this time. And this is where the real concentration starts. Onto the Nordschleife. Now, I've been around this circuit before in a BMW M3, and yeah, the undulations are massive, and it's really difficult to get it right every time.
It looks absolutely fantastic just on the video that I saw of you getting driven around that lap.
Well, it was fantastic, especially down this section here, up towards the Flugplatz. Almost a bit of air there, not quite. These Porsche 911s. This very fast section towards Arenberg. This is probably the scariest part of the course in terms of some of the fastest corners, at least. This one in particular. Got to get your braking right here. One of the only gravel traps on the circuit, Adam. Yeah, the drivers hopefully won't find themselves in. Oh, someone might. And that is Schallenberg. And he's in the gravel. Well, there you go. That's how to commentators curse someone very quickly. But you can easily do that in this car because of all the weight on the rear axle. It can get away from you under braking.
Looking on the replay, very bizarre. Something as if something broke on the front left. He literally locked the fronts, and the car just skidded out. Very weird.
It didn't even lock the rears. That's very strange.
Well, Schallenberg has got going again. The field's spread out so much already. He's only down to 8th position as a result of that. So it's still Heinrich leading by 0.5 of a second, and he'll be hoping he won't be having to do any manoeuvres on the track today. That is a very bad pun for you, but Guven in second, Vajra Smielek in third, 4th is Thibaut Probst, and then it's Maxime Briant in 5th position. Good start from those two. And then it's a Coroni in 6th, 7th is Set Sass, and then Schallenberg 8th with...
Oh, the crash!
Is
And
oh no,
Kotavara's been hit by
Ozcan,
Ozcan. Ozcan lost it right in front of Kotavara, and there's nothing the Finn could do.
well, Ozcan started 4th on the grid, and it's literally all gone to pot for Ozcan here. What
It's
happens?
Ozcan't, isn't it, today?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think.
Well, there you go. That was contact with Kotavara, and Ozcan's gone back to the pits, and I think that might be him done for the day. It is a 3-lap race here, we should just mention. It's not the longest race in the world, just over about 20 minutes of racing around this Nurburgring game Strecker circuit. Guess I'm Strecker circuit, I should say.
I think we need to watch as well for Joseph Burton Harris as well, and see if he can make any real progress, because of course having that issue at the beginning. So see what he can do. Not bad sort of field spread. 7 seconds between the fastest and the slowest in qualifying. So not the worst we've ever seen around this track, Adam. I've got so much respect for drivers who can really, really nail it around here.
Definitely, yeah. We've seen many series drive around this circuit on Apex Racing TV in the past. This is one of the newer ones. We've had the BSR TC race around here. That was absolutely chaotic. And the BSR Mazda MX-5.
Oh, and Heinrich nearly loses it, and Guven was on the grass. And gosh, these drivers are really, really testing out the limits of both the car and themselves.
Heinrich, you get a gap 0.8 of a second on the limit. You can see straight away pushing every single part here of this circuit, even though it is a very long one, into the carousel, one of the most iconic images of this Nordschleife circuit.
Yeah, you can't overdrive the carousel. Very easy to sort of hop up from the banking onto the flat part, and there's no grip up there, because not only is there no camber, it's also got all the marbles and things on there as well. So yeah, not a very good place to be if you get that wrong. Nobody did this time.
Good battle here between Maxime Briant, championship leader overall, and Javed Karoni. There you go, going through another of my favourite parts of the circuit. Even though it's probably single file, the slightest error, if you're just offline, especially through the corners where Karoni and Briant are going now, you're heading straight to the Armco barriers on either side of the circuit.
Yeah, this is two Frenchmen battling here, Karoni and Briant. Oh
my word.
Karoni! Has he saved it? No, he hasn't. He loses it. He spins. He taps the wall. So actually, well, he's got away with that fairly decently, I think, in the end. Just ahead of Dustin Hickman now, who's also had a bit of an issue. Hickman, I don't know if you remember, Adam, he did a handful of BSR-TC races a few years ago.
Hickman, yeah, it does ring a bell, and so many BSR races that we've done in the past. I'm sure we've passed about 500 now since we started back in 2014 on Apex Racing TV, 100 plus a year, of course. Fantastic race meeting last week.
I was going to say, we've got a hell of a long way to go to do 500 of these iRacing Porsche Cup races, but it's been a great series since it began last season, of course. And yeah, the drivers, we can tell actually the difference. The drivers really finding their feet in this car compared to the first season, really pushing hard. And I think that's why we're seeing a few additional mistakes.
New car as well, the drivers are still getting used to it. We're only a few weeks into this season, of course. New to, of course, the IMSA Sports Car Series as well, the Porsche replacing the Rough there, and drivers just getting to know the limits. It is a very enjoyable car to drive as well, so I'm told.
Great, very good. That was my car of choice in season one. It was very, very good, and yeah, I'm not the quickest in this car, but you could have some good battles, and it's really, really enjoyable. It's really enjoyable to drive the car, though. I think that's the thing with this Porsche. And also, it'll be enjoyable for Lauren Heinrich, because the German driver making good progress, over a second clear now of Guven. And oh, he's on the grass again through the kink, and then the very, very difficult at times final sector, Adam, which starts off very, very fast and really slows down in that SS section, and now the flat-out blast down the Grand Prix straight.
Maxime Briant and Thibaut Props were able to negotiate that final corner pretty well. You can see Briant flashing the lights just a little bit there as they come over the timing line to complete the opening lap. 2 laps to go. Briant looking to the inside into the first chicane, and Props making sure that the red and white Porsche 911 cannot get by.
Yeah, there's a slightly different mentality needed into that first corner. It's a little bit faster, and so is the approach as well, Adam. That straight straight run through what would normally be the Coca-Cola curve. Really does make it quicker straight towards that first hairpin, and yeah, it's now a chicane instead of a hairpin. Really, slightly different approach.
Can catch you out. Usually you're used to braking just before the bridge, but yeah, you'll be braking probably just a little bit before that due to the extra speed that you're carrying into that S-bend. And now through the Dunlop curve.
Good run by Maxime Briand through Dunlop. Just gaining slightly. It looks like Thibaut Probst is slightly overdriving the Grand Prix layout here. And Briand looks smooth, and he's taking tighter lines, Adam, and surely he could have a go. Might be able to have a go into the chicane if he gets a good exit here.
Here he comes then, Maxime Briand leading the way in the championship against Probst, who isn't in the top 10 from what I can see, but they're now going at it up towards the chicane.
I think he's too far back here, isn't he? Yeah. Because it's quite a fast corner, that, isn't it, in this layout?
Not really an overtaking opportunity now with that faster chicane.
No, not really. I think you're right there. There could be an overtaking opportunity. That's the thing, there's not really any overtaking opportunities in this first sector either. Not when the drivers are so evenly matched anyway. Just looking at the field behind them, Philipp Schallenberg with a very, very damaged car, and we saw him going off at Aurenberg, is in 7th place, and then it's Sindre Setsas. In fact, they've swapped around, haven't they? So that's 6th for Schallenberg and Setsas in 7th. Mikko Melkila is 8th, 9th is Martin Smith, and Joad Karoni is in 10th.
Looks like those two drivers are teammates.
We lost somebody from the top 10 there. Oh yeah, Petronic. So Karoni's got ahead of Petronic.
Of course, Mikko Melkila, a pro driver as well, and it looks like he's under pressure from the car behind of Martin Smith as we begin the rise up the hill. Horrifying crash here.
Man who was a pro driver as well, Jonas Nukarinen, probably still is, isn't he, in 18th place.
Didn't they plan on putting speed limits through that section when the GT3s were racing here back in the spirit of VLN after a big crash?
There was a horrible one here, wasn't there? Yeah, I think they just banned GT3 for a couple of years. I think they're back now, but to be honest, all you need to do is put some better fencing up. I think that's the solution. Heinrich leading by 2 seconds over Ayansan Guven. And again, if we're butchering any of the names, feel free to tell us, because we do appreciate it.
Definitely, yeah.
If we're getting it wrong, let us know.
I've had my second name mispronounced loads of times, believe it or not.
Yes.
I've had it all. But yeah, going
Mr.
into
Baith, Adam Baith.
I've had Baith, I've had Booth, I've had everything. I've had Batch, I think, at one point. But
oh dear. Adding letters is never a good sign, is it? And only a 3-lap race here, and everybody will probably be looking, no, it's only a 3-lap race, what's going on? But of course, the Nurburgring combined 170 turns, and that's the most turns I think you'll ever see on any race circuit, really. Any one of, at least of that goes circuit racing. What, the Isle of Man TT probably has more corners. It'll be much longer, won't it? I would imagine.
Have a look how long the Isle of Man course is. I've just calculated, I think roughly, we've got about 510 corners for these drivers to negotiate in this race today.
I suppose with the Isle of Man TT though, you could correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I don't think they ever go racing wheel to wheel around there. I think that's the main difference, isn't it? It's more of a time trial circuit than it is a full-on competition wheel to wheel.
The
Isle of Man. Sorry, go on.
The Isle of Man course is 60 kilometres.
Wow, gosh. Knew it was big. I didn't think it was that big. So that's over twice as long as this Nurburgring combined. Gives you just an idea.
200 plus corners.
And having visited the Nurburgring and the surrounding area, it's a long way around that area, So it's it really puts it into perspective just how big that Isle of Man TT course actually is.
not too long to the TT, I should say. I'm going up to the Isle of Man in the summer, but not to watch the TT.
Oh,
just
there you
to
go.
see some.
Off
relatives.
goes Dustin Hickman and Juan Iglesias. That's for 12 and 13. Iglesias has gone round the outside with that extra speed. He uses that momentum well to make up a position. Maybe an unexpected one from his part, but Hickman's trying to fight back. Although I don't think there's ever really a chance into the carousel. Got to be alongside, really. Hickman's got a good exit.
Got a good run, yeah.
Where's the next overtaking place, though? It's fast through this section now.
It's really hard to think of a part on this Nordschleife circuit where there is a definitive overtaking opportunity. You've really got to hope for the driver in front to make a mistake.
Even, I mean, you would say into Arenberg, but even that is such a fast approach that really you don't want to be going side by side in that braking area. Not at all. Obviously, Duttinger is one. All the rest of the track is very, very narrow. Well, you have to wait almost until the GP circuit, the first chicane.
Maybe the Dunlop curve.
Maybe that's the irony as well, though, isn't it? Is that them taking away the tight chicane that almost just takes that's another overtaking place kind of gone on a circuit where there really aren't many to begin with.
And if you were using the arena section, that hairpin would be a much easier overtaking opportunity than the chicane that we use on this layout as well.
Yeah, and you can obviously go side by side then as well through the other parts of the Mercedes arena. I really think that section is very, very good for racing, especially in and wide 23 Petronic is in some bother because he's losing place after place. That's 3 now as he goes sideways over the crest as the car just bobbles and wobbles over the bumps. Now that's another thing as well, Adam. It really looks like a lot of these Porsches are just set very, very quite stiff as they can on the suspension, and really a lot of them struggling over the bumps as Petronic going wide as well and taking some gravel with it.
Seems to be a trait of the Porsche. We were at Sebring a few weeks ago.
What's that in front? Sorry, Adam. There's something
Caroni
going on there.
Yeah, Martin Smith, is it?
Yeah, that's teammates? The one. I just noticed very, very close together. And on to Dottingerhoe now. We're really good to see it.
Down the straight we go. Let's see what speeds we can get to in this Porsche 911. We've already cracked the 265 kilometers per hour, 270, 275. We're probably going to reach 280 as we now go over the crest and then back down the hill. Not too much slipstreaming going on here, though.
No, he's not gaining much, is he, Martin Smith? Gaining slightly now. This kink here. Very, very fast. Very scary down that hill. Bit of a compression as well down the bottom. And now you've got to really concentrate on this section here, this SS section. Try and get the run down the main straight of the Grand Prix circuit once more to start the final lap.
284 kilometers per hour we were hitting now as we got into the final chicane.
About 185 miles an hour, something like that.
About.
Oh, he's having a look. He's Smith, but not close enough. What's that? The smoke in front? Was that just Melkiller locking up?
I mean, yeah. Ready for the top 10 then. Heinrich leads, second is Guven, third is Smialek, the top 3 separated by 5 seconds. Then it's a 5-second gap back to Props, then Maxime Briand, Philip Schallenberg, and Seth Sass in 7th, Mikko Melkiller 8th, Martin Smith in 9th and 10th. Right behind him is Caroni.
Yeah, Dan Kumar rightly pointing out that our producer there, that the car is losing speed down Nottingham because it's so bumpy through there, bottoming out a little bit. Hopping around as well, as they're making a right mess of the Grand Prix circuit. This is the bit that they should know, and they should be able to drive very, very smoothly and very well. But this is certainly the bit I could do. I'm quite good at this, mate.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit of the circuit that we know very well. From many different games, whether that be on consoles or
a lot of Formula One around here.
Yeah, F1 2011. I always remember you could fly over the curbs on the chicane that they're coming up to now. Mikko Melkiller, Martin Smith having a little look.
It's very, very bumpy. I mean, it's relatively bumpy as this circuit, anyway. But I remember on that particular title, it was Pauling. Alex Simpson will tell you. Oh, we had a very good race round here
there as well. He beat me on the final lap as Smith and Caroni and Melkiller putting on some great entertainment for the fans here. BSR, I know they said. The iRacing Porsche Cup with you on Apex Racing TV tonight.
This is the final lap then, just about 20 kilometres left of racing here.
Only 20 on this one lap. Yep. It's a great circuit to watch cars driving in. But yeah, it does have that fundamental problem of not being a fantastic circuit for racing. The only issue, isn't it? It's a great challenge and a fantastic layout. Really, really brilliant design, but yeah, just in this day and age, Adam, with cars with such good brakes and things like that, overtaking is really, really tough.
The World Touring cars still go here for their race meeting. It's good to watch there, but yeah, not too much overtaking going on there at all, really. And they do race on part of the Grand Prix circuit as well. Into Nurburgring, then Martin Smith having to go very defensive.
That's where most of their overtaking is, isn't it? On the Grand Prix circuit in the WTCC, all down Dottingerhoe.
Caroni then, is he going to get past Martin Smith? This is the battle over 9th and 10th.
Going to have a go here, isn't he? But it's not. Oh, you've got to be brave here. Thinks about it, but again, there's just not much of a braking area. And then this is the tight section. Oh, he's made a mistake. As Smith. Caroni. Yes, he's done a good section there, Adam. He's got a great run. Fantastic run, and this could be the chance if he can get. But he's single file through a lot of this circuit.
Needs to throw it at the inside, but this corner's too quick to get that done. Plus, the curbs don't really help.
Yeah, Metzger's felt here. Oh, he's going. There he's going. There he goes. Caroni, brilliant. Through.
Up into 9th place, and he's got a position back after we saw him losing the car on the opening lap through the second half of the lap. And yeah, that's Caroni now through into 9th position. Martin Smith, the British driver, down to 10.
The only retirement is Fevzi Kalnoskan, who's out now. I think he came back out of the pits, but he's well and truly out of the race now. Everybody else is still running though, so that's pretty impressive. Norbert Leitner is the last man. He did qualify second last, and 44.5 seconds behind, which still isn't really terrible round 3 laps of this circuit.
2 cars in the pits. You've got Efkan Berki and Bruno Fontalba. So those 2 cars are still being shown as in the race, but yeah, Oscan, the only one I think that's actually retired.
Alright, go on.
I was just going to say that Berkey has actually left the session, so
they weren't anywhere near each other anyway either, so I don't think it was anything untoward between the two. Berkey was fun on the first lap. He was involved in that contact at the first sector.
Very close battle here between Maxime Briant and Thibaut Props. This is over the best of the rest position, 4th and 5th.
This might be another one where you just got to throw it up the inside. There is a sort of 4th or 5th gear corner here up the hill. Oh no, we're taking place. This could be one though. He's going to go defensive down the hill. Oh, brilliant. Around the outside, yes. Oh yeah, very good.
Briant up into 4th position. That's a gain of 4 spots now for where he started on the grid. And Thibaut Props down to 5th.
Very good move that, Adam. It's very brave to do that. Going around the outside there in such a fast corner. Anywhere in the world, but this track especially, because we haven't really talked about it much, but the Armco barrier is very, very close in most of this circuit. Similar to somewhere like, say, Watkins Glen, I would think, with the walls close like that.
Yeah, I like Bathurst as well. Concrete walls littering the mountain section there. And less than half a lap to go then for these guys towards the front. 20 seconds spread over the top 10.
Amazing, isn't it? Armco barrier is the only thing preventing some of these drivers from making contact with the trees. And a lot of the time there weren't Armco barriers here in the old days, the very old days either.
Amazing to see a demo lap just in an F1 car around this circuit now.
Oh yeah, might struggle with the bumps, I must say. Especially with the carousel, we'll definitely struggle with that. As Justin Hickman is struggling to get past Juan Iglesias as well.
Maybe a little bit of a plug for iRacing. You can drive the McLaren from a few seasons ago on iRacing now around this circuit if you wanted.
That's right, and it's much easier to do that here than I'm guessing it would be in real life. So, in terms of the car itself, seems to handle the course quite decently. Yeah, the McLaren MP430 from 2015, right, isn't it?
Right, yeah, I think, yeah, definitely. Right then, a few corners to go. Lauren Heinrich hasn't had to worry about anything really. The pro driver, car 1 on the Porsche 911, just about to go onto the Dottinger for the final time.
Yeah, and all he has to do then is negotiate the final sector. Still giving it everything through the second, well, through that corner leading onto Dottinger. The Pure Racing team car.
Guessing he drives in the Blancpain GT series?
I would imagine, yeah. I would imagine. So I haven't heard the name in the Formula 1, so yeah.
Fresh off the back of the opening race of that series, I think, of the weekend.
Yeah, sounds like a very good race. Yeah, that series beginning in earnest, one of the best series on iRacing as well, that one. Been a great race for Lauren Heinrich, and he's just got the final 2-3 corners to go.
So Lauren has to just do the Heinrich manoeuvre around the final chicane. And he's going to take the checkered flag and take the win here in the Porsche iRacing Cup. Lauren Heinrich takes the win here at the Nurburgring, I should say. Second place will go to Hanken Guven, and third will go to Pietro Smielek. Battle between Caroni and Smith again. I think it might have changed positions. It has.
And Brion beat Probst to the line. Schallenberg was very close behind as well. Oh, it's going to be very close, but it's going to be Caroni. Just takes it. Very good race. 1/10 of a second there between them. 2/10 between Iglesias and Hickman.
Oh, good battle here. Pap Jr. versus Norbert Leitner going into the final chicane. Those two were wheel to wheel just for a moment. Leitner got a lot of damage to the front of his car.
Yeah, Pap Jr. is going to have to really fight here because looks like he's slowing the straight line. Leitner, is he going to have enough time? No, he's not. Here comes the line. And that's 18th for Pap and 19th for Leitner. Eunice Nukarina down in 20th place.
Philip Schallenberg saying on the iRacing chat that his wheel went to sleep. Possibly the explanation for that sudden lock-up into Arenberg on the opening lap of the race.
Makes sense. And you've also got Mikko Melkila, who's saying he drove 2 laps with damaged steering. So yeah, that's a difficult one for... that was definitely a difficult one for him. But he survived and he finished in 8th.
Be the finishing order then from this latest race meeting in the Porsche iRacing Cup. Lauren Heinrich takes the win. Second for Hanken Guven. Third, Pietro Smielek. Maxime Briant in 4th position. We saw that last lap overtake on Thibaut Props, who finished in 5th. 6th for Philip Schallenberg. 7th for Sindra Setsas. And 8th for Mikko Melka, who was driving with that damaged steering for the good 2/3 of the race. Javid Caroni in 9th, and 10th Martin Smith. Juan Iglesias in 11th, with Dustin Hickman in 12th. Luka Petronich in 13th, Tommy Osgaard in 14th, the Apex Academy driver. Good race from Joseph Burton Smith. We did say that he's one that's usually known for working his way through the field. He managed to gain 6 spots in that race, finished in 15th. 16th for Daniel Sinker, 17th for Petri Kotavara, 18th for Attila Pap Jr., who finished just ahead of Norbert Leitner then, in the end in 19th. Eunice Nukarinen in 20th, with Bruno Fontalba in the pits, along with Efkan Berki and Vevsikan Oskan, who we saw having issues on the Grand Prix layout of the circuit on the opening lap.
Yeah, so it was quite an entertaining race. There was a lot going on in terms of interesting battles, and yeah, I think, Adam, it's always just fun to see the cars going around at top speed. Very, very good, very, very skilled, these drivers, especially around this track.
Next week, Road America. You can join us for that on Apex Racing TV, one of the most challenging circuits on the North American continent. So you don't want to miss that. We will be here next week, the 24th of April. Same time, 8:45 PM British Summer Time, 9:45 PM Central European Time. And of course, tomorrow it's the next race meeting of the BSR Formula Renault. I don't know if we're actually going to get Alex Simpson in the car. but I know that is
Possibly,
in the
yeah.
pipeline. So that is one reason for you to tune in. Plenty of others as well. I can quickly check to see where we're heading to. And of course, on Thursday, we've got the BSRTC, which is back. Of course, Ash Sutton, a race driver in that, did very well after a back of the grid penalty at Donington Park in the BTCC last week. Very big crash there as well in the Formula 4s. Very frightening crash there. The Formula Renaults head to, on the 18th of April, they head to Virginia International Raceway. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see the Formula Renaults go around there. And yeah, so my thanks to Andrew Woodhouse for joining me in the commentary box for this one. And yeah, good to have you with me for that one. Sam Kumo in the commentary box, and on the cameras as well. There you go, got my words out. And yeah, make sure you can join us for the British Sim Racers Formula Renault Series tomorrow at 8 PM British Summer Time. From all of us here at Apex Racing TV, good night to you all.